Alright, you guys ready? Last gameplay. Alright, let's go. Let me mute. This one was actually on Mixer. Alright. So like I said, this is Athena versus Loki. Just needs help with the laning phase. Decides to go Shell. Everything else is standard. Warriors Blessing Boots. Chalice. Decides to go Shell, which I'm not totally against. I really like going TP on Athena because it doubles down on your rotation ability and always being out on the map. You go TP on Athena, it allows you to be in your lane and also be in other lanes. You can ult over and then TP back in your lane. It's just so that's part of the reason Athena is so good. So usually I would go Athena, or I would go TP on Athena, not like another active like Shell or anything. Did start your dash on Athena. Don't want to do that. You want to start your shield wall because it's, first of all, it's crazy base damage. It's like 190 or something at level 1, 180. Not only that, but it allows you to group up the wave. You're going to hit the entire wave twice with it. Get your reach stack from it. Definitely want to get your reach in base. That's really smart, so you have it right now. But first and foremost, level your 3 first as Athena, not your 1. He may try and look for the proxy as Loki, so what you want to do is just stop that, try and auto him. One of the best things against Loki is your auto trading, because you're first of all, you're a tank with Warrior's Blessing, so you definitely will out trade him if you fight into him without his decoy. If he uses a decoy, then he won't take the minion. So he's playing really far up here. I'd just be walking up and autoing him. You will out trade him. So right here, just try and auto him. Hit him once, missing some autos, it's whatever, but just make sure that you're close to him so you can auto him the entire time. You probably will get out cleared here because you started your dash. Not only that, but he started towards your tower. You didn't punish him for it. So he got the first hit on the wave. So with his decoy. Looks like you're lagging. Are you lagging? Are your autos desynced or are you lagging? So look how much you have to clear still, and your dash just came back up. And your blue is being done. You want to make sure that you get credit for that. It doesn't look like you're going to get credit for it. It looks like Susana will probably clear it before you can get there. And part of the reason that you wouldn't be there in time is because you started your dash and you did not clear correctly, obviously. But you want to make sure that you get credit for that, especially in a matchup like this where you're playing against a character you can easily punish. You don't want them to have the advantage in the lane as a character like that. So once again, just make sure you have the 3. If you had the 3 here, it'd be a lot different. This matchup's actually pretty good for you because you have the absorb stacks. So level 2 Athena, you're gonna have a crazy clear for the wave. What you should do is dash through it, reach him with it so you can group up the wave, use your shield wall, reach him with it again so it makes the minions come back to you. Definitely. Okay, so right there, you didn't use the reach again on him. It would have grouped up the wave, and you would have full cleared this wave easy. Especially because he uses decoy, so that means the minions are going to walk towards your minions. So you want to make sure that you use your reach there to group up the wave again. Because you didn't get credit for blue, you're not going to hit level 3 here, so he's going to be level 3 on this wave, whereas yours is level 2, so it's another advantage for him to have pressure. I'm good to use stack your Warriors Blessing there. Nice to try and group up the wave as well. Whoa. Okay. Not too bad. I think you could have used your shield wall on the back minions here, but not much you can do. You put a point in your dash though. Okay, definitely don't want to do that because at level 3 as Athena, if you have 2 points in your shield wall and 1 point in your dash, you actually full clear if you hit the minions with both hits of the shield wall. So he's out clearing you just based on how the early game went. You're also not out clearing him because of your ability usage and the way you're using it. Usually Loki's go TP as well, so that's another reason you definitely want to go TP, just so you can match Loki, like split push and stuff like that. So he has you really poked based on the fact that you're not out clearing him. He's out clearing you and is able to hit you and kind of mess with you. He has you really poked, and your blue buff is spawning. Lucky part is he's Loki. Lokis can't really invade because they just get killed. If he was a different character, then definitely could have invaded and gotten an advantage off of that. To put a point in your shield wall, it looks like you want to max your dash, which is, not the correct thing to do, first of all. But I'm not going to keep bringing it up because, it's just something that you can easily fix. Level your shield wall, not your dash, and make sure you're using it correctly on the wave. And by that I mean grouping up the wave with your reach. Not only that, but you're also using your reach to stack your Warriors Blessings. So that's one of the big advantages of Athena, is that you can throw it out from a range and stack your warriors blessing for it. So I mean, and another reason that last part about the dash, guys. Another reason that leveling your dash is not what you want to do is because it's also your escape. So if you're using your dash on every wave, all the Loki has to do is say, "Hey, this person's using their escape every wave." We can easily probably get kill muscle, especially against Nemesis. So I like point saving as well. It's kind of good. Sometimes you want your taunt, but I would have point saved and gotten in my shield wall. You do not have TP here, so this is really awkward. Loki has his power spike. You're low in lane. You want to back so that you can get your boots, but it's going to be really hard for you too, especially because you're so low and you do not have the TP. Unless somebody is in your side of the jungle and you can ult to them. He could. I think he probably could have killed you there. I guess you had 3 block stacks up though. Okay, so part of the reason that backing here is going to be bad. Not only does he have the power spike and all the lane pressure in the world, you're backing here and you do not have a TP, so you're going to lose that entire wave to tower. Like you're going for a breastplate rush, waiting for it. Probably lose every single minion, depending on whether it's a brute or not. I don't think it's a brute wave, so. Alright, AC, have a good one. Mic lagging? Really? Not for you? That's weird. Giving you problems? Okay, so see, you lost. Okay, you got 1 minion there. Your blue buff is respawning. The only reason this lane phase is going bad, though, like I said, is because your decision making with your leveling for one, also just the way you're clearing the wave, stuff like that. Looks like he did steal your blue buff, so he had the timer on that. It's just because of the pressure he had from the previous wave and everything. It took you forever to get back in lane and to regain your tempo. A lot of time, tempo just means being on the map and having the ability to be at places. That's basically what tempo means. So you want to make sure that you always have tempo in lane. So he has an entire wave to worry about right now. You should be trying to poke him. You should poke him pretty easily here. I'd be going on him, which it looks like you're going to. That's really smart. If the reason you're doing it is because he still has the wave to worry about, then kudos to you. That's what you want to be doing. So even though you're getting out cleared, it looks like you know what you're doing as far as trading. Audio's fine here? Okay, cool. It was a brute wave. Okay, good. That's good. Once Loki starts full clearing with his decoys when it's a little awkward, you do not have a blue buff, so you don't want to trade too much. The way you're supposed to trade as Athena is full clear the wave, then he has to worry about the wave because you probably will have out-cleared him. Then you wait for your shield wall and taunt to come back up, and you hit him with the 3, then taunt him back into the second hit of the shield wall damage. As Athena, since you just hovered over your ult, what you want to do is clear the wave first and then ult over, because if you ult over with a wave in front of your face, you're losing that entire wave. You have no tempo in your lane. They have all the pressure in the world, and they can easily rotate and get things off of it. So if I'm playing against Athena, if she ults over with the wave still there, I'm just going to clear the wave and walk into their jungle and try and steal back camps or maybe even proxy or something like that. But that's why TP is so good, because what you can do is you can clear the wave, ult over somewhere, and then TP back to lane and regain the tempo in the lane and the pressure. Backing for tier 2 breastplate here. Kind of awkward since your blue buff is spawning. You're letting your Susano know, which is good. You guys definitely can kill Loki really easily because a Loki with TP is a free kill for pretty much basically any jungler. Looks like he couldn't invade though. You were low mana, so I don't know if I disagree with the back per se, as much as trying to make sure that you are healthy for the blue buff. So just try and think about. A lot of times what happens, especially when you're getting invaded on your blue buff or invading a blue buff, is just making sure that you're healthy and ready to invade it or defend it. So just play around that fact in your head, that mindset, I guess. 1 minion left, not a big deal. Would have been nice to maybe ult a little bit earlier, but not really too much you can do. You were clearing the wave, and like I said, maybe on some occasions, but probably an exception, is you ult over to try and save someone, or get it like a kill. You know that you're gonna have an advantage if you ult over, like guarantee maybe even get Gold Fury off of it. But most of the time, you need to worry about being a solo laner first, which is clearing the wave before you rotate. You should still out trade him here. You need to have your shield wall level. It's gonna help you so much. You're gonna end up dying probably. Yeah, that's too bad. Let's go back and watch that because I was talking about something else and I wasn't paying attention. Let's see what you did wrong. Okay, so you're level 8, you're full health. You do have your blue buff, so you don't have to worry about mana issues too much. getting your wards out, which is nice. Should just worry about clearing here. Try and grouping up the wave and full clearing the wave. Okay, so this is the point that I talked about where Loki's decoy will full clear the wave, so he no longer has to worry about the minions hitting him. You haven't played this too wrong. Right here, I would start walking towards tower. Kind of stopped walking towards it and hovered over here. You're still walking towards like the other side of the lane. That's just the fact that he was a little bit ahead of you and that you're not having your shield wall leveled. If you have your shield wall leveled, it's a lot more damage. You would have confirmed it on the first hit here. Where is it? Okay, it was right there. You would have confirmed it on the first hit here and the second hit, and he would be less than half health at this point. So you would have done a lot more damage to him. So you're not out trading him because of that. Right here, I would shout and walk towards tower, just try and survive. However, he does have the level lead on you, and I don't know what his power spike is looking like right now, but he probably has a full item plus boots, maybe? I wonder if he went Transcendence. Yeah, he has Transcendence plus boots. So he does do a lot of damage, and you don't have your breastplate yet, so you don't have the big power spike that you're looking for. Teacher breastplate is good, but when he has a lead plus 2 full items, and you're having to use your escape on the wave, then, you know. And another thing with that is that if you did have your shield wall leveled, you would have had your escape to get away from him if he was out trading you, right? So even though you probably would have out traded him still. So even though it's like something that you can easily change in this switch, okay, now start leveling your shield wall. It's such a big deal, and like I'm trying to show and explain to you why it's such a big deal in this situation, especially. So probably Titan. I'll probably try and make it a weekly thing. So laning phase is starting to get towards the later stages of it. This gameplay was specifically for the laning phase. The team fight's not that big of a deal. We probably could talk about it a little bit, but my voice is dying. They steal your blue buff. That's unfortunate. Susanoo uses ult to try and secure, but he did get poked really hard, so you guys shouldn't fight afterward. Pause for some reason. It's stuck. Okay, there we go. Another big thing with Athena is that you can proxy really easily, because if they rotate and try and stop you, you can ult away. You'll have your wave push really far up, and then you can be in a team fight or in a gank or something. Backing when the waves are basically meeting is kind of iffy against the Loki, because he can easily get the tower. So you want to make sure that your wave is at least pushed at their tower line, if not proxied, so that they can't get the Loki can't get the tower. So this is what I was talking about. Ulting over, he's going to get the tower. Your wave isn't pushed. You need to be a solo laner first before you are on other sides of the map. You are going to get some kills from it, which hopefully you get this Jingwei. If you get this Jingwei, it's probably worth it. Problem is Loki's going to get your blue buff and a tower and even more pressure on that side of the map. Nice job cleaning that up, though. You do want to make sure, if possible, as much as you can, that you do gain something from being on another part of the map, because if you ult over and you don't get the kills and he's pressuring your tower, getting the tower, pressuring blue buff, getting back camp, stuff like that, all you're doing is losing potential farm and stuff like that. And another thing is, as a solo laner, if you do rotate, even if you get kills, a lot of the time the enemy solo will get waves plus camps. They're actually going to out farm you in that respect. They're actually going to help them a lot more. And so one of the ways to get back into a game is let your team play back when the enemy solo laner who is ahead, when he rotates, let your team play back, and then you just farm up, and it allows you to get a lot of farm for free. Whereas if he stayed in lane, he probably would out trade you and be in a really bad spot. Nice ult here. Definitely want to be in the T-fight as much as possible. Should have ulted earlier. If you ulted earlier there, you would have been there before he died. So just want to make sure that you're paying attention to that. Good peel for your Hades. You want to get him out, so good way to use that. Kind of waste your shell, though, because they're not going to be able to kill him, and he just needs to play back. I don't know why he's backing in front of them. So this blue buff should be done. Loki probably got it while you were on the right side of the map. Like he didn't, so that's just a mistake. Or it respawned. May have gotten it earlier and it just respawned. Looks like you're going Genjis, which I like. Their Thoth is ahead, so you do want to get some dedicated magical defense ASAP. Voidstone's really good on Athena. Just makes your base damage go through the roof. Allows you to get some of that true damage off. not true damage, but more damage, especially when their magical procs are so low. However, I do like Genji's as well because you just makes your ult up more often, makes your taunt up more often, and it looks like he's going for blue. He actually did, in fact, get it because Loki with a few items, so he basically just shots it. Right here, I'd be focusing on the wave. Don't really want to go on him. Just make sure that you clear the wave so that you can be impactful in the team fights, because the reason Loki isn't as nearly as good as any other character in solo is because, first of all, he has like no forms of CC. He has a one single target CC stun. But also because he just doesn't impact the team fight as well. He doesn't hit multiple people with his abilities. He doesn't have the CC like I just mentioned. He's not a tank. If he can't be a frontline, because if he builds frontline, he'll do nothing with his abilities. So just make sure you clear and that you can participate in team. Looking for a gank with the Susanoo, which is nice. Good use of the taunt there. Good dash taunt. She's gonna get away, and you still haven't pushed your wave, so it's just opportunity for Loki to split push. That's really awkward. Some things to help you out with the laning phase with Loki, since we're kind of getting towards the later stages of the game and not really the laning phase. Looks like he's going to get your tier 2. And the only reason this is happening because you're not focusing on clearing the wave. You're not prioritizing the wave. You need to prioritize the wave versus the wave. So he's going to get the tier 2 for free, so you definitely don't want that to happen. But you guys may get Gold Fury out of it. It's taking forever, though, so the longer this takes, the worse. And your Hades is dying at the same time. You guys do end up getting it, which is nice, but you needed to get it. If you did not get that Gold Fury there, you lose a tier 2, you lose maybe even a tier 1 in mid, you lose your mid laner, and they steal Gold Fury, you probably end up losing the game, unless they make a big mistake. Okay, so the laning phase is basically over. You guys get Gold Fury, you're only down 1 point. Okay, you're down 2k, never mind. You're down 2k. Oh, this fight is actually going really well for you guys because they keep coming back and you guys keep getting kills on them. So that was really bad by them. All they need to do there is just reset. They actually did get a lot of it. They got a tier 2. They can get the mid tower whenever. Loki looks like he's there. They got a kill in mid. So if they just kind of like, after they had, you guys had gotten Gold Free, if they have given that up and just played back and kind of reset, that would have been really decent for them. But since they just walk in and die, now you guys can get even more off of it. Potentially get this tier 1 and that. So since the laning phase is over, I'm probably just going to be done with this gameplay. You said that you end up winning the fights, and I'm pretty sure that's just because you guys have a better comp and you guys have a lot of forms, a lot of frontline. Frontline is really good against Loki. If you're playing Loki and you're playing against a bunch of characters that are building tank, you're going to be pretty useless. So having a triple frontline, which you basically have right now with the servers at Hades, counters the shit out of Loki. Not only that, but Hades is really good into Loki because if he ever invises near him, all he has to do is silence, and he's probably gonna. Same with Athena. If he ever invises near you, you're just gonna taunt, and you're gonna probably hit. Yeah. You also have a lot of dots on your team that will reveal where he is. So, since the problem with this game was the laning phase and what to do, and kind of just getting a little bit behind and letting him have all the pressure. Some tips against Loki are: 1, don't fight him when he has his decoy out on the wave because your minions won't target him, so he'll probably outtrade you because all of his minions will hit you while your minions are just focusing on the decoy. So you're going to be taking all that minion damage plus Loki autos. Number 2, focus on clearing the wave, making sure that you're proxying as much as possible, clearing at his tower line when you have your defense, because if you clear at the tower line when you don't have defense, he can actually have a lot of kill potential on you. But you just want to make sure that your waves are pushed so that he can't, 1, split push, but also just kind of look into the jungle and just be a nuisance like he wants to be. Another thing is you can hear in your ear, if you have earbuds or headphones or whatever you have, you can hear Loki footsteps. So if you're playing against a Loki and you really want to try hard and you really want to make sure that you win the lane, turn up your volume a whole lot and listen to his footsteps whenever he goes invis. You will be able to pinpoint where he actually is. And a lot of the time, if you have a damaging ability, such as a dot, you'll be able to see the number. You can see where he goes. And a lot of times, Lokis like to be like sneaky, I guess. So they'll try and do like the opposite what you think they'll do, right? So say Loki is invising right in front of Athena right here at these minions. You'd think that he just walks straight away, but a lot of times like they'll walk into you and then like through you, and you can listen to that with your volume up, but you also just can kind of guess. A lot of the time, if you play against Loki a lot, you can start to read a lot of them because they do play pretty similar. So that's one way you can help you with the laning phase. But also keep in mind, part of the reason Loki's so bad is because he's assassin, not a frontline. So if you do get your tank item, your defense item spikes online and stuff like that, and you're not behind, you should start trading with him because you will out trade him if you use your abilities correctly and have defense at the same time. There's no way he'll out trade. And last but not least, Loki's always go TP. They pretty much have to go TP so that they can snowball laning phase and be on the map at all points and split push and stuff like that. So most of the time they will go TP, and if they do go TP, that means they're a completely free kill for the jungler and you if you ever gank, especially if you're a character that has a lot of CC. So Athena obviously has a lot of CC. All you do have to taunt them. Susanoo can easily kill that character. Pretty much every jungler and every solo laner can kill Loki. If you can't, then it's a drafting issue or you're just playing a terrible god. So don't play bad gods. Those are plenty of ways that you can play against Loki, and it will help you out a whole lot. And yeah, so just keep all those things in mind, and it should be a lot easier to play against him. And when it comes to team fights, since we're not going to watch it, I'll just go ahead and explain real quick to make sure he doesn't split push. To make sure that Loki doesn't split push and have a crazy impact on the game, first of all, TP would be really nice so that you can push the waves and then TP over the fight, or push, be in a team fight, TP to a tower to defend it if he's there, and then push out the wave, and then ult back over to the team fight. There's just plenty of things you can do with that. So TP helps a whole lot, but also just make sure that you and your team are pushing out your waves. You always want to push out your waves anyway. You want to have your waves on their side of the map, or at least even. And once you see that he's trying to push a wave down, make sure that you're there because he doesn't want to participate. Make sure the waves are always pushed. Anyway, that's it. What's the idea, Dracos? Ooh, that was tough. That was a lot of talking, guys. But that was that. Switch back to that.